Well, the rain has finally come. Look at that. Between the rain and Singlai doing some wash out here. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know why she's doing that in the rain. Whoa, lightning. That last clip was just a funeral procession that I saw from my balcony. Of course, I didn't want to go down and capture the whole thing because it's a funeral. That would have been rude, I think. But very interesting how they do it here, and I thought you might enjoy seeing it. I do have a class in about a half hour, but I'm not sure if he's going to want to ride his motorbike here. I'll find out though. Ooh, it's coming down good now. Talk to you later. Yeah, right, it's Saturday now. I figured it's about time to upload another video. I haven't done it in a while, but I have been busy. I decided to start another morning class. This right here is a school by my apartment. But I'm starting a morning class specifically for speaking English. A lot of my students, they're more interested in learning how to say things in a conversational tone sometimes than they are about things like learning the rules of grammar and things like that. And I understand, but they do go hand in hand. Because I don't only like to tell them what to say in certain situations, but also why they're saying it that way. Because that helps them think in English and think of what they want to say because they have the rules on why they're saying things like that, if that makes sense. But I decided, since there seems to be enough interest with my students, there might be more people out there that just want to learn how to speak. And I figured I could do that and still kind of introduce the rules of grammar and the whys, but just not have whole classes on it. Like I can quickly explain why we use verbs with ing, what verb tense and everything, but I don't have to do a whole lesson on it. I'll just quickly explain, and then if they're interested in learning more, they can go online or maybe even sign up for one of my regular classes where I cover all that stuff. But because of that, I had to come up with a new curriculum. I had to come up with lesson plans. I had to make sure I had enough to cover what needed to be covered so they can become more comfortable speaking English without any fear, and do it in a natural way so it doesn't sound forced. So I've been working hard on that, and I haven't really had much time to record. Plus, of course, in addition, I have my regular classes at home and my school in the afternoon. So it's been kind of busy. You can probably tell we did get rain in the last few days. Probably get some more today. I had an alert on my phone that there was going to be a thunder or a lightning warning for the next few hours here in town. It's a nice football pitch. Took a little trip downtown earlier. If you look on my Facebook page, the link is below. You'll see some pictures. I found a really good cup of iced coffee. Like a really good cup for 50 cents downtown. The thing is, the reason I mainly stick to the two places I get my coffee from is because of the taste. It tastes good. Some places don't add enough of the milk that I like, and it still has a very strong bitter flavor, and other places pour way too much in, so you don't even taste the coffee. It's just sweet, and that's normally what you get with the 50-cent cups around here. These little stores and mom and pop shops that sell 50-cent iced coffees, it's usually very thick and very, very, very sweet. Very sweet. And I like mine with a good balance, which is why I stick to the places I know make it good. But this place was really good, really delicious. And seems like they found that mix. When they first gave it to me, they put it in a plastic bag like they always do, and then there was another bag that was tied up inside with a orangish, between an orange and I'm going to say a brownish kind of liquid. I didn't know what it was. I've never had coffee come with something extra. So at first I thought maybe I was supposed to put it in the coffee. Maybe it's some extra sweetener on the side. Maybe they didn't add any sweetener, any kind of that kind of, or that sort of thing. And I was supposed to add it myself to my desired taste. But I tasted the coffee and I was like, wow, it's really good. It's perfect the way it is. So to find out, I guess what I found out was that it was the people that sold it to us was from Vietnam, and in Vietnam what they do is they give you a thing of tea on the side when you get your coffee. So inside the bag was actually a tea. So you're kind of getting double. There was probably just as much tea in that one bag as there was coffee in my cup. So I think that was a pretty good deal for 50 cents. 50 cents, you get a coffee and a tea. I didn't drink it because I didn't know, because I really at that point thought it was just more sweetener. If somebody liked their coffee extremely sweet, some kind of sweetening liquid. So I didn't drink it, but next time I'll know better, because that was a good cup of coffee. So we went down there, and then we saw a bunch of people, all locals, waiting to eat at this small little pop-up restaurant that was sitting in front of one of the stores. Now downtown there are tons and tons of restaurants. I mean everywhere, all different kinds. So when I see locals lined up at a little tiny place, doesn't have a name, doesn't have any advertising, they just set up, start selling, you know it has to be good, and it was very delicious. It was a pork dish with broth, which is nothing new, but they added pickled onions and pickled bell peppers, green and red bell peppers, and that vinegary little kind of sour taste that it added to the dish was superb, because it's something you don't get a lot here. And I can see why the locals like it, and it was still just $1 with a decent amount of pork too. So all in all, I think that was a pretty good day, or a pretty good morning. Right now it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's breezy, but it's about I don't know, last I checked it was like 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Some people like to know what the temperature is. Not too humid. The sun is not out, so it's not like unbearably hot or anything. It's actually a pretty nice day. However, I'm wearing one of my t-shirts from home, a very thick cotton blend, so I am kind of sweating under the pits a little bit. as you will do. All the shirts I bought here that are thinner and more sweat resistant. I had just washed them and they were wet and hanging out to dry, so I grabbed my Motorhead t-shirt, which is always a good choice, but it is cotton and it is very, very warm. Yeah, we went and did some market shopping. We bought bought a bag of pork. I always like telling people I buy a bag of pork. I don't buy a pound of pork, or I don't buy a kilo. We just get how much we need and they just throw it in a big plastic bag. I love that. A bag of pork. What could be better? And of course, vegetables and fruit and everything. Somebody had left a comment on one of my videos suggesting that I wasn't living well because they think for some reason I'm living just on street food and occasional little chicken scraps that I get here and there. I don't know what caused them to think that. Obviously they hear one thing in one of my videos, don't bother watching the rest, and of course come to the wrong conclusion, because these people, some people might call them trolls or haters, but people love names like that. I just call them idiots. They just make assumptions based on one part of one video. You know, they hear 1 minute, 2 minutes of a 20-minute video and assume things that are not true. It's the plight of the internet. So as always, I just ignore that. But I want to assure everybody I eat just as much meat, if not more, than I did back home. But because vegetables and fruit are fresh and readily available and cheaper over here, you'll be able to eat your meat, but you'll also be eating a lot more stuff that's good for you, a lot more veggies and fruit. And they do a lot of different amazing things with it in their cooking here. Some things that I would have never even thought of trying back home when I was cooking for myself. And it's good. So yes, I am not starving, and I'm not living off chicken scraps for my protein. And yes, as you can tell probably from watching the video, the dog, he's still with us. We, the Khmer English teacher, Khmer man who teaches English at my school, he followed us to school again yesterday, which was Friday. When I came out on first break, the man said, I want to talk to you, David. Can I talk to you? He sounded very serious, and I didn't know what was going on, but he said, can I have your dog? First of all, he's not my dog. Second of all, he's now yours. Take him away. And he said he's going to, but he's got to wait until tomorrow. So at least I found him a good home. He actually washed him with the hose they have at the school. Gave him a little bath. Oh, I guess we're going this way. Awesome. So yeah, at least that's over. I know he'll have a home, and I know the person, so I'm not worried about him being abused or starved or anything like that. Stopping in here, a place called the Cash Stone. It's a wing outlet. I don't know what she's doing in there. I do have a wing account, but I've never used it. Wing is, of course, a way for people to send money in Cambodia. I was thinking about just using Wing as my go-to for donations and things, but there's no information on whether people can use credit cards and if they can send money to my Wing account without having a Wing account themselves, because most people outside of Cambodia probably won't have one. There's no reason for them to. So I believe mainly it's for to send money to anybody in Cambodia that has a Wing account. But you either have to have a Wing account or bring the cash to some other place to have them do the transaction, like World Remit, MoneyGram, or places like that. So it would just be too much of a hassle. I decided to just keep it in PayPal, since that's where some of my other money comes from anyway. All right. Nothing else going on. Gonna enjoy my weekend. I do have classes tomorrow. My morning class for Saturday, which is only 2 people, but they couldn't show up. They come from Phnom Penh every weekend, but they had to work today, so they will be here tomorrow in the afternoon, they said. So yay, I get a day off. But on the other hand, I had a good lesson prepared. Well, we will just have to wait. All right. I'll end this one here. Just wanted to let you guys know I'm doing fine. Everything's good. I thank you for those who have wrote and said, hey, we haven't heard from you in a while. No videos. I hope everything's okay. I appreciate that. I am fine. Like I said, I've just been busy writing the curriculum for the new class and figuring it out before I just put an advertisement out, because I'd hate to get a bunch of new students and then not have a clue what I was going to teach. So, I'll wait for Sanglai. Try to keep this animal from getting hit. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, I thought I was done, but I just wanted to tell you guys that on the way back, we are caught in a rainstorm. That did not take long at all. Right now we're hiding out underneath this umbrella that they set up here outside of the hotel here. They usually have a guard or a tuk-tuk driver sitting here waiting for customers. But we got soaked running from down there just so we could find shelter for a few minutes. Yeah. Feels really good though, so I'm not complaining. All right, talk to you in the next one.